What's going on, babe?
Hey, babe, how was your day?
It was actually pretty productive. Happy to be home.
Good. You know, we got a game today. Honey, they're a little rough around the edges.
I'm saying, I've been working all night, taking care of business, getting to the... You know what? I don't even want to talk about it. I got you. I'm not trying to be out here looking like a dusty, and that's why I'm excited to have Teej Hanley as a sponsor of today's video. They help me start and maintain my skincare routine by making the entire process uncomplicated. Honestly, it's the best skincare system for guys like you and me. I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which come with all of the basics. A daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin, a 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun, and a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. My favorite part about Teej Hanley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teej Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price and the ability to customize your box. And because Teej Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal. Just click the first link in the description. You'll get 30% off your first box plus a free gift. Click the link and get started today. We taking care of ourselves. Self-care, fellas, is the first step to be able to get to that bag, to take care of business, and be on top of things and level up in every aspect of your life. Feel the Teej, my friends. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate y'all for continuing to rock with me. You know we gonna have to do what we do on a regular basis. I'm feeling good. You know, yesterday was a very, very productive day. You know how I measure my day? It's not by how I feel or, what happens and things like that. It's about how productive I was. About whether or not I was able to accomplish everything I wanted to accomplish that day. And then I evaluate what kind of setbacks that I had. That's how I determine whether or not I had a great day. And every day, every single day, we're making sure that we take one step closer to exactly where we want to be when we create these milestones. Now you saying, Anton, what is a milestone? Well, a milestone is basically something that you're working towards, but it keeps you motivated to the bigger goal. Am I hitting y'all too much, too heavy already earlier in the day? What's going on? Welcome to the Millionaire Morning Show. Let me get the housekeeping out of the way. So first and foremost, I want to thank our sponsor, Teej Hanley, for holding us down. 30% off your first order plus a free gift. Make sure that you tap into that Teej pack and you're not out here looking like a dusty. Secondly, make sure you follow me on Instagram, Twitter. Make sure you also follow me on TikTok and Facebook, all right? All of those links is down in the description, as well as my other channel. We had Q&A last night. That was pretty lit, as usual. Fight Club. I'm going to be on Fight Club tonight. We're going to be talking basketball, NBA basketball, because that's my favorite. Tuesday nights is probably one of my favorite nights of the week, because I could just, I don't think about anything. I don't plan for anything. I don't have to have conversations or talking points. I'm not trying to figure out, whether or not I want to bring people up or not. It's just genuinely great conversation and love. It's love and great conversation. In addition to that, so I kind of gave y'all a little bit of a preview, and I was talking on Fight Club. I think it was Sunday night. It might have been Saturday night, Sunday morning, something like that. But I was talking about Fight Club, and I was like, I said, after looking at a lot of Charleston White's content, I said, I got to talk to this guy in person. Now, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all the power of a great network and why I pour into my bag chaser so much. Now, I'm not going to give you too much information because I don't like to share the secrets, the secret codes to the nukes that we got inside of the bag chasers. But let me give y'all a little bit of insight, right? And why it's so important to have a great network. So I had been reviewing, and I did a review of Charleston White's video in which she was talking to DJ Academics. And I was thinking to myself, well, I'm building out this new studio, and I got so much money going into all of this stuff that I got going into Detroit. And, we building new businesses and stuff like that. But this guy intrigues me. And so I don't want to do a deep dive into a lot of his content because I would prefer to talk to him in person. So long story short, I made a phone call. Another phone call was made, and then people realized that I had mutual friends with him. And so somebody tapped in with me, is like, yo, Anton, I know this, that, so on and so forth. I'm not gonna get the details. But long story short, so I got he coming through in a couple weeks. And I'm gonna have Charleston White. Here's the key that I'm trying to figure out though, y'all. And I'm wrecking my brain over this because I haven't fully figured out which path I want to go, right? So he will be here, and it's two things that I'm trying to figure out. Should I have his content on the Millionaire Morning Show, or should I do it to the Anton Daniels channel? I'm thinking the Anton Daniels channel because the content that we will probably talk about, which I don't like to plan conversations, the stuff that we'll talk about, I'm thinking it'll be more suited to my Anton Daniels channel. And then the other side of the coin is, do I want to do it on a live stream or do I want to do it recorded? So I'm trying to figure that out. Bag Chasers, link to the Patreon. Oh, you know what else I'm thinking? Rita, you know what I'm thinking about? What if I made it Patreon exclusive and only gave it to the Bag Chasers? Just an idea. Just an idea. So anyways, or maybe I'll give a portion of it just to the Bag Chasers, exclusively just for them. I don't know. So anyways, the point that I'm making is I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this, what I want to do, and exactly how I go about playing that. But we're gonna figure that out. We're gonna mine it out. We're gonna kick dope content. And I told y'all that I was planning on some bigger things for my Bag Chasers and for the channel and everything like that. So again, make sure y'all tuned into the Patreon. The link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. We doing really, really great things, and things are going to be absolutely positively up. I mean, the studio, beautiful. Ordering all new furniture, having it designed out. We're going to do content creation. We're going to do interviews. We're going to have live in-person live streams going forward. And so I want to plan it out because for me, I have to give the best experience to the people as possible. So I'm working on that. I got a lot going on, a lot happening in the background, and we figuring it out. So look at y'all. You should definitely make it public because you'll reach more just his name attached. That's one way to think about it. The other way to think about it is that my priority is my Bag Chasers. So they get everything. Or maybe I'll just give it to them first and then I'll have it out to the general public. I don't know. I got to figure that out. So again, shout out to my Bag Chasers. Link to the Patreon is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Bag Chasers, we got a meeting this Saturday. I am going to update the Patreon today with the meeting details, the Zoom session for the Build the Business, the next part. Got the business plans and everything together. And so we're going to continue to trudge forward with what we're doing from a business perspective. All right. So shout out to Christopher J. Christopher says, good morning, and shout out to the Bag Chasers. Shout out to you, Christopher J. I appreciate you for supporting the platform. If you need to kick it with me personally, fam, link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat for the Bag Chasers. But to kick it with me personally, email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com, and then I'm going to get you scheduled for a Zoom session or a personal phone call, and we're going to play that by ear. All right, so what is this? Going forward, November timeline is possible depending on... Oh, snaps, I just got a new email from somebody. All right, so I'll do that in a minute. I do want to talk about relationships because I am going to relationships and money. Because I do want to mine through. Why am I playing with this thing that I put my watch on? I do want to mine through and get to the bag because it all comes back to the money. A lot of y'all fumble money. A lot of y'all like to fumble the bag. It ain't even a Friday and y'all already like to fumble the bag. I was on a coaching call the other day, and one of the things that I like to do is I like to mine out exactly who you are when I'm first meeting you or I'm first talking to you, right? And so the reason why I do this is because no one or two people are the same. Shout out to Patrick Hill. Patrick Hill says your feedback on who you know that can help with cybersecurity studies. Cybersecurity studies? You need to tap into the Discord because there's a lot of people that are into cybersecurity. As a matter of fact, and I've created Wakanda up in this mug. In the Discord inside of the Patreon that's attached to the Patreon, there are people in there that not only is higher up in cybersecurity, but they're asking me and looking for people that are studying cybersecurity so that they can give them a job. I mean, you got to tap into the Patreon. I don't know if you're already in the Discord, Patrick Hill, but there's some people in there that can help you with that. I mean, I can make some phone calls if you reach out to me. Sabrina B says, can we get a Patreon exclusive with Jacqueline Plans? Yes, you can. I will call Jacqueline tomorrow or maybe this afternoon. So I got y'all. See, my bag chasers, they get everything. I will do a Patreon exclusive with Jacqueline Plans for show. Facts. I got you. And Jacqueline is beautiful. Shout out to Jacqueline Plans, my girl. So, again, let's go back to the relationships, right? And thank y'all for the super chats. Thank y'all for the cash apps. Thank you, Ralph, for the $5 cash app. I appreciate you. The thing about relationships, and I was talking to a guy on a coaching session the other day, and the thing about it is that when I'm having conversations with people, I try to mine out exactly who they are. And the reason why I need to understand you for the first time that I'm talking to you is because you may call me and say, Anton, I'm trying to get to the bag, or I want to become a software engineer, or how do I level up in corporate America, or, how can I negotiate this contract more effectively, or how can you help me when it comes to my relationship and being successfully married because my wife is an overspender and this and that and so on and so forth. Shout out to Patrick Hill. He says, I would greatly appreciate that very much. Absolutely. I got you, bro. Shout out to Eric Coral for the 20 ball. He says, here's $20 for the popcorn machine and the new space in the building. Shout out to Eric. I appreciate you for holding it down. Yeah. No, it was not Lenny. It was not Lenny. Shout out to Eric Coral for the donation for the popcorn machine. I'm going to be spending so much time in the city. It's going to be crazy. But I was talking to him, and I try to mine out exactly who you are because no two people are alike. What you need in your life as far as being successful is completely different from what they may need. And what they may need is completely different from what he may need. And so I need to understand where you come from. I want to know what your current situation is, what you're looking to get out of this situation, so on and so forth, right? And so, often at times, the thing that I find is the most important, and I'm going to tell you this 1 time and 2 times for show. I'm going to double back. Who you lay next to, who you have sex with, and who you marry. All 3 of them. I don't care if you don't get married. Who you laying next to, who you have sex with, and who you marry is going to be the biggest, and I repeat, the biggest financial decision of your life. Hear me again, y'all. I cannot stress this anymore. Okay? Who you lay next to, who you sleep with, and who you marry. It's not the car that you buy. It's not the business that you open. It's not the career path that you go down. It is not even the house that you purchase. It's none of that. Whether or not you got credit cards, if you decide that you want to go on the Victim Olympics and get a basket weaving degree, if you decide that you want to run in the Victim Olympics and run up a lot of student debt, that is not going to be as big of a decision as to who it is that you decide that you want to put your cock in. Hear me out, fellas. A lot of times we like to sit here and we like to talk about modern women. Shout out to Mr. Yarbrough. My dog says, looking forward to the meeting. Everyone next month at the Bag Chasers meetup. I'm doing a meetup for the Patreon members. Shout out to my Bag Chasers. We killing it out here, ain't we? Shout out to Mr. Yarbrough. I appreciate you, big dog. Thank you for the 20 ball. I don't know how to stress this anymore. And one of the things about being successfully married, because they asked me in a Discord and they asked me on Patreon if I would talk a little bit more about relationships, talk about being successfully married, because who better than me? Who better than me? Who's doing it greater than me? And the person that you lay next to is going to be the determining factor for whether or not you're great or you trash. Have you ever tried to like tie a rope, or you ever did tug of war, right? You know how difficult it is to pull another person that's pulling in the opposite direction? You know how hard it is to be successful when you have somebody that is not on the same page as you financially? Do you know how tough it is to be able to go through life and conquer the world when you got somebody that's talking about you to their homegirls and to their family when they not feeling you, and then when you got to go around them or you got to deal with them, they already still got this same sentiment about you, even if y'all made up? Do you know how difficult it is to be in a relationship with somebody that you are not financially equally yoked with? And so when I seen this video, when somebody sent it to me and they said, listen, this young man, he gave her $23,000 for her 23rd birthday. First of all, I don't care who you are. I don't care how high you are in life. No woman should be getting $23,000 for her birthday at 23 years old. No woman at all, especially if she's your girlfriend and she's not even your wife. I don't care if she's the mother of your child. I don't care if she's your baby mama. No woman should be getting $23,000 for their 23rd birthday, especially if she's not your wife. We'll get there. We'll get there. Lil Black Duck says, I married the wrong person for the wrong reasons, and it set me back at least a decade. Boy, that's like that's a bid. That's like doing 10 years in a joint. So I'm going to mine through this video really quickly. And then I'm going to break it down. And I'm going to break down why it's important for y'all to look at everything from a business perspective. Okay? Again, make sure y'all hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. Turn on your notifications. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And then the link to the Bag Chasers is in the description, as well as pinned to the top of the chat. And again, Anton Daniels 413@gmail.com. If you need to get in touch with me, we're going to be doing great things. We're doing phenomenal things, as a matter of fact. I want to get into this video. The way that the show is going to go is I'm going to get into this video. I'm going to break down the importance of looking at everything from a business perspective as far as your relationship. Because I rubbed some people the wrong way when they said, Anton, why do you say everything is a business, including a marriage? Well, we're going to break it down today. We're going to have that conversation today. And I'm going to tell you why this is going to probably be one of the biggest mistakes of this young man's life. All right, let's get into the video.
I had seen you going through the Twitter likes.
I have you going through my likes.
I had seen you like
So first and foremost, that looked like bags from Louis Vuitton. It looked like boxes and bags from Louis Vuitton. How do I know? Because if you know, you know. It looked like it came straight from Louis Vuitton. Secondly, and this is before we even get into the video. Let me rewind this. Secondly, he looks very, very, very young, which means that he is going to make a lot of mistakes in his lifetime. Now, I did a little bit of research on this guy, and his name is Tusi, and apparently he's a rapper. All right? And then you know what she is. Instagram model. The typical black people stuff that we see on a regular basis. He's a rapper, singer. She's an Instagram model. And I'm not hating on them for getting their money. Get your money. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about relationships and money. Okay? And so some people would even say, oh, that's nothing to them. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. But let's get into the video. We're going to watch the whole video, and then we're going to come back and we're going to break it down frame by frame. And I'm going to help you to be able to vet more effectively and be able to maintain and keep your relationships to where you're successfully in a relationship and you're not just participating in the Victim Olympics and then you coming back and being an incel talking about how you hate women and this and that and so on and so forth and how you took the red pill. All right, so let's watch the whole video and then we're going to get into it.
I had seen you going through the Twitter likes.
I have you going through my likes.
I had seen you like it's better than
eyelashes, baby hairs.
I'm scared. I think I know what this is,
He's
though.
real.
Lauren, do you know what this is?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Are you proposing?
Okay, let's see. Oh, this is cute.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry.
Oh, that was okay.
Now look at the face. Don't you sit there and tell me a gift that I bought you is cute. Listen, what is he gonna do? What is he gonna do for the 30th birthday if he already doing all of this for the 23rd? Do you know that I upgraded my chick's ring every 5 years? We started off with like a $700 ring or something like that, and we just went up from there. Let's continue with the video. I'm not even gonna break it. I'm not supposed to be breaking this down yet.
This actually got like, so the diamonds that's in it, these actually real diamonds.
Okay, period.
You said these real diamonds.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Oh my Jesus. Do anybody see a problem with this right here? Do y'all think that this is cute, or do you see a problem with this right here?
So for your birthday, you have turned 23. You have 23,000.
Wow.
All right, so let's go back. Let's rewind this for a minute. First of all, look at the frame. Look at the frame. Let's rewind this for a minute. All right. Young man, who is your parents and why are they not participating in your life? We're going to break this down frame by frame. Who are your parents and why are they not participating in your life? This, ladies and gentlemen, is a recipe for disaster, and I'm going to break it down. And on the outside looking in, if you just glance by it, and it's on TikTok, and it's on your Instagram Reels, or it's on your YouTube Shorts, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. Shout out to my dog Ralph for the super chat. You would miss it. Okay, first of all, you got all of the recipes for disaster right here. You got a young man that is taking a chick out in front of her friends, in which she will be influenced by her friends' responses. And now he's trying to stunt for her friends and he's trying to stunt for the gram. Let me say it one more time. You have a young man that is taking a woman out, and he is taking her out in front of her friends so that they can stunt for the gram, which means that he already got to meet an expectation, which is here. He's not doing it for her. He's not doing it for himself. He's not doing it because it's thoughtful. He's doing it because he's being impacted by and influenced by what's going on social media and by her friends. Triple red flag right out the gate. Yes. I would bet you that he also paid for her friends. Who's to say that he didn't even rent out the restaurant? Who knows? I'm sure this young man is getting money. He has his chain on. Another young dude that is making a bad mistake when it comes to being able to buy the right things because he's spending his money on chains. I did a video yesterday where I broke down some of my Rolexes. And I gave you why it was important for you not to put diamonds or customize or buy any jewelry that is customized. I'm going to break this all the way down for you guys, okay? From a financial perspective. HLC Jr. says, I would never do that. He get the precedence for disappointment and disaster. Thank you for the 10 ball. I agree. Never, ever, 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 ever do it for the gram. Now, if she decided that she want to post it for the gram or whatever, then that's a whole nother conversation. But do not do the gifts for clout or to impress her friends. Because A, her friends probably want to sleep with you. And then B, her friends are going to be talking bad about you. And then C, anything that you're doing for her friends or doing for her, her friends are going to feel entitled to be a part of because that's her homegirls. I'm going to play the video.
I had seen, you know, I be going through the Twitter likes.
I have you going through my likes.
So he said, I've been seeing you liking something on Twitter. He's seen her hit a like on something on Twitter. And so as a result, that's the determination for whether or not he was going to buy the gift that he bought or why he searched for the gift that he bought. Listen, bro, at 23 years old, I don't care how much money you got in the world. You take that chick out for dinner. You buy her a pair of sneakers, you get her a card and tell her thoughtful, and then you take her out to some hood spot or something that you know that she liked in her childhood in order to make it thoughtful. You're going to get the same results, bro. Now you got to deal with a chick that's trying to do it for the gram. The one thing that I keep trying to tell y'all is how you start off is how you have to maintain. And a lot of y'all cannot maintain these relationships. A lot of y'all cannot, especially these young people, you cannot maintain the thing that you started off because you set the expectations, thinking that you was going to stump for the gram, trying to make her your queen, and you ain't even married to her yet. And it's all going to be messed up. I'm telling you, bro. If you buy chains, buy solid gold chains, not lab diamonds. And a lot of these people don't even know if they lab diamonds or not. They just going by whatever the jeweler tell them and it shine.
And you like it's better than what you had. Like this call.
Oh, I'm scared. I think I know what this is though.
Ain't real.
Lauren, do you know what this is?
No, I don't.
Okay. Are you proposing?
Are you proposing? Bruh. Are you proposing? First of all, that is a long box. It looked like it's either going to be a necklace or a tennis bracelet, something like that. Are you proposing? Do you see how her friends are influencing exactly how this is going to play out? They're influencing the relationship. I would bet you that they're setting expectations for her, for him, when he's not around. When they have conversations, they're setting expectations for her, for him. She's going to be communicating over time exactly what it is that her friends told her, but she's going to make it seem like it's coming out of her mouth and her mind. Who your woman surrounds herself with is going to be a large determination of whether or not she's going to be wifey material or she's going to be for the streets. Now, I already see the baby hairs. I already see the eyelashes, the butterfly eyelashes. We see what's happening. I think it's a tattoo under that watch right there. I don't know. Tattoos is not that big of a deal, but them eyelashes and them baby hairs, that is the for the street starter kit, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, this is cute.
This chick said, "Oh, this is cute. Oh, this is cute. I could have got you the Jordan 11s. I could have got that for nothing." You know what the funniest part about this is? I'm not even gonna wish that on him. She said, "Oh, this is cute."
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that was
This actually got so the diamonds that's in it, these actually real diamonds.
Okay.
He said these got some diamonds that's in it. These actually real diamonds. Tell me you here for my money without telling me you here for my money. Tell me you with me because I'm popping and not because you actually like me as a person. He said these got some diamonds in it. Them actually real diamonds. Make me start to question that chain you got on, young man. Make me start to question that bracelet you got on, young papa. He said these is actually real diamonds. And you listen, you know a dude is not in the right space or is not playing things the way he's supposed to be playing it when he's looking for a response from the chick instead of giving her stuff and keeping it moving. It's not even that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. When you give her your stuff, when I bought Rita her Tesla and I gave it to her for her birthday, she came back off of a flight, and I gave it to her for her birthday. Rita was so excited. You know how long I waited to actually give her a Tesla? You know how long we waited before we started really spending money and showing out after we had went broke the first time? Because it was a learned lesson. Me going broke was probably the biggest blessing in my life outside of learning the lessons behind, not overspending and making sure that you plan for your future effectively. I'm talking about for a relationship perspective, because me going broke means it tested the waters as to whether or not she was really, really down for me. Now, I knew that Rita was down for me because I'm the man. I'm not going to wait and give myself no credit and nothing like that. I'm the man. And so I already knew that she was down for me because I know how to read women and I know how to read exactly what the sentiment of a woman is and if she's going to hold you down and have that loyalty. However, unforeseen circumstances tested that relationship and it was as solid as gold. It's solid as gold. She gonna be here as long as I'm here. But when your relationship is built on things outside of that strong foundation, which means loyalty for her, love for me, taken care of, and a sense of responsibility when it comes to keeping my word as a man. spirituality, friendship. All of these things are the foundation of a great relationship, not stuff, not looks, not all of this superficial bullcrap. Because when you take it all away and the rubber hits the road, then what? When you take it all away and her friends is gone and it ain't no more money and the tax man coming to get your stuff because the business failed, then what? And the recession is in full bloom because it was 2008, then what? But let's continue. Shout out to Patrick Hill. Patrick Hill says, wifey material or Wi-Fi material means you, or YF material means everyone uses it. Let's continue. Watch this.
Period.
She said period.
Oh, God.
After, wait, y'all missed it. After he showed her the diamonds, she said period. Another red flag. This chick said period.
This actually got like, so the diamonds that's in it, these actually real diamonds.
Okay, period.
If this dude is not being finessed, I don't know what finesse looks like. This is a finesse all the way across the board. Let's continue with the fake. Look at him. Look at him. And then he ain't even gonna get nothing but some. He might get a little bit of pussy. Is that the culmination of it? So that you get some box? Jesus.
Oh, God.
Look what her friends is impressed by, yo. Look at the company that she keep. Listen to what her friends is impressed by. Oh. You know what Rita told me? Probably once a week. Yo, I don't even care about this stuff. I mean, it's nice. This is what she say. I don't even care about this stuff. I mean, even now, it's nice to have, but I only want you. That's what Rita say all the time. Listen, when the stuff comes, she be like, oh, this is so phenomenal. I'm so thankful, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Even today, 18 years into being married, today, she's like a kid in the candy store when I buy her the smallest thing. I could buy her a gumball machine and she'd be like, oh my God, I wanted one of these when I was a little kid. Look at what her friends is impressed by. Period, Pooh. An L from hell. I'm telling you. Rita be like, listen, I know this is cute, but I really only want you. I only want you. I don't care about none of this. When it's all said and done, it's all about you. You know what she said to me this morning? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you what Rita said to me this morning. She said, Anton, you know I can do more, right? I said, what you talking about? Because we was getting some business taken care of. And one of the things that I have not showed y'all, which I am going to show you guys in the Patreon, one of the things that we do is her and I, we sit and we have a meeting, a business meeting, not no relationship bullshit. I'm not about to sit here and talk about all of that other kind of junk. I ain't talking about that. We have a meeting, and that meeting is based on what we need to do from a business perspective, not only from our relationship, but the stuff that we got going on. And so I meet with her on a regular basis and we talk about, yo, okay, I'm doing this and I got to get this taken care of. And listen, did you get that paperwork sent over into the realtor? Did this get taken care of, whatever? And you know what she said to me? She said, Anton, she's not even trying to be lazy on me. She said, Anton, I can do so much more. You need to use me more. What you need to teach me how to do this, do that, whatever. And I was like, she trying to get a new bag. She trying to get a new handbag, huh? Ladies, your secret weapon is your femininity and being nice. She was trying to get a new handbag, I guess, huh? I was sitting there and I was preparing for the Q&A show last night, and I just see some water on the ground. And then she's soaking my feet in Epsom salt and giving me foot massages. I didn't ask. I ain't said nothing. I'm just sitting there, and I was sitting at the bar, and I got my feet up on the little thing on the bar stool or whatever, the little foot thing. Next thing you know, hot water. Is this too hot for your feet? I guarantee you she ain't doing that. This chick right here, nope. I guarantee you this chick is not doing that. Yet, here he go, dumping out all of the money that he can find so that he can try to simp out. Look, let's go to her Instagram real quick. I'll show it to you. I pulled up the Instagram. I said, I got to see. She's a nice looking young lady. Look like she got the Kylie Jenner treatment. Look like she got the Kylie treatment over here. So this is her. This is her. Yep. You know how it is. The Kylie treatment. Young man, young man. Young man, young man, you are in trouble. Young man, don't do it. Young man. Look at this one. Look. Where did this, what is going on here? Why would you do this, young man? Why would you do this? Why would you do such a thing to yourself? Don't do it, young man. Don't do it. I'm trying to tell you. Don't do this to yourself, young man. This is silly. This is crazy. Why would you do this? Oh. Let's get back to the video. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to take a deep breath.
I had seen you going through the Twitter likes.
All right, he going through my likes.
I had seen you like something. It's better than what you had like. Just call me.
I'm scared. I think I know what this is though.
Please do this.
Lauren, you know what
Get
this is? No, I don't. Okay. Are you proposing?
This ain't the wave. This ain't the wave, young man.
Okay. Oh, this is cute.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry.
oh,
that was fun.
Young man. Look at the eyelashes. Fellas. Don't be dismayed by the beauty on this chick because she is a nice looking woman. But that is the thing that gets you finessed. Is because you leaning into the thing that is the least important. How is she going to come and bring back that bag for you? Is she going to make sure that your kid's taken care of? She going to put your feet in that hot water because you've been walking around taking care of business all day? Is she going to ask you, how can I be used even more? Because that's the thing that you reward. You reward loyalty over time. Please, young men, show this to your son, ladies. Do not get finessed by these chicks that's on Instagram that poses. It does not work out for you in the long term. How you start off is how you're going to have to maintain. And I'm telling you, listen, he going to have to do show after show, drop song after song, vlog after vlog, and make sure that he continue to get there. And I have no doubt in my mind that this young man will continue to get to the bag. But at the same time, why even put yourself in this position to have to then, and you're not even married?
this actually got like, so the diamonds that's
Doing it for the gram.
actually real diamonds.
Okay, period. Oh, God. Yeah.
Listen to the friends. Listen to the friends. It's a bad look. Look at what makes her heart melt. Okay, girl. Okay.
So for your birthday, you have turned 23. You have 23.
Okay. Wow. Look at the thing that's impressive for them, man. Look at it. You brought her 23, so what do I have to bring her? I'm just wondering. You started off at 23 with 23. What you think, you going to give her 50 at 50? Nope. That ain't going to fly, little man. It ain't going to fly, young homie. Homie need a coaching call. He need a coaching call. He is going about this all the wrong way. All the wrong way. And it does not make sense. And it has nothing to do with his career. It has nothing to do with how much money he makes. That has nothing to do with anything. Shout out to Cliff. Cliff says Tatiana busting him down, taking him to the bank. It looks good for the gram, though. Shh, no, it don't. Not to me. Maybe to her homies. Let the record show if she leaves him and he cries about it in a song, I will be the main one laughing. Finesse 101. Shout out to Chris. I'm telling you, man, listen. Are we doing this for temporary clout, or are we doing this because it actually makes the most sense as to what it is that you're going to do as far as maintaining a relationship? Are we creating environments? Says Lord, not the fish scream. Are we creating environments and situations where this is our norm? Our norm is to boost them up, build them up, create unrealistic expectations. You know what? Logic was right. The caption says $23K for her 23rd. This chick is only 23 years old and already. Makes no sense, man. It's like we're creating the worst environment for ourselves because we're not necessarily trying to do the thing that's in our best interest as men. Fellas, it's our fault that you're creating this environment for these women to be able to thrive in because you're giving in just because they look decent. Stop giving in and creating a bad situation for yourself. I don't know how many other ways that I can tell you. They said it ain't even his baby. It gotta be his baby. Ricky, it gotta be his baby. Jesus. And then what? Think about this. You invest. Think about it like this. Maybe this will reach you a little bit differently. You can give $23,000 to her to go and spend and bust down and then be able to stunt for the gram so guys can be in her DMs. Or you can reinvest that $23,000 into a property. What if I've seen so many videos where, what the first thing I did? Let me flip it like this because I really want to reach out right now before we get into the next video. The first thing that I did when I really, really started getting that bag was I made sure that our student loans was not in. See, I was in a good position because one of the reasons why I went into academia before I went into bigger corporate America, because I was already doing really, really well with my businesses. My businesses had really started taking off. One of the reasons why I had worked at the University of Michigan is because they double matched my 401k and they paid for me to get my bachelor's degree. And since I was working in information technology, what they told me was, it was important for me to continue to reinvest in my education to ensure that I'm successful. Look, it's always a woman. I followed Tootsie. They've been together since high school. I don't know what Anton is talking about. I'm talking about creating an environment in which you will be successful for the rest of your life. This is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about being with somebody just because you've been with them since high school. I'm talking about as men. And see, is it Kamichia? You don't know what it takes to be a man. So you don't know the pressures that come along with the ups and downs as you go through your life with being a man. And I'm speaking to our men specifically to help them to understand that they're creating an environment that's unsustainable for a lifetime. Doesn't matter if you've been with her since high school. What I'm saying is how you start off is how you have to continue. And you have no clue on what it takes to be a man. And if you did, think about it. If you did, and if this was the standard, then why is there so many men complaining? And why is there a literally epidemic of men complaining about the type of environment in which they have to exist and the women that they date now? The expectations are off. The way in which you build a relationship on a solid foundation is off. It's not about how long you knew a person. It's about how it is that you nurture the relationship as the leader in your household as a man. Because that's what creates the environment for her to thrive. It's the reason why they call us a groom. Have you ever tried to figure that out? Why they call you a groom when you at the altar? And if he been with her since high school, then how come he ain't married her yet? If it was that important, if it was more important to marry this chick because he's seen her as his lifetime partner and wife, how come he hasn't married her, but instead he's impressing for the gram and for her friends that's sitting there at the birthday? I'm curious. Patrick Foss says her baby hair look like window treatment. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm curious. Again, her friends is in the video. If you look at the context clues, her friends are saying, is that a ring? What you think they talking about behind the scenes? Is that a ring? What you think is happening? And see, this is why, and let me tell you fellas, This is why you don't take dating advice from women. It's not that women don't have the best intentions. It's not that they don't wish well, but they don't know any better, which is why it's important for them to be under a man in order for them to truly become the best versions of themselves. It's a reason why there's a hierarchy. God said it. He says, God over man, man over woman, woman over child. And because we're out of order, this is the reason why you see this happening in society today. Baby girl, I'm not even killing your talking point. I just know that you don't know and you don't understand because it's impossible for you to understand what comes along with being a man. It's impossible for you to understand what it takes in order to be successfully married for a lifetime. You talking to a dude that knew his chick in high school. I know. I've been married for 18 years. I'm 40. I got married when I was 22 years old. I am a person that is successfully married. I'm not enduring through my marriage. I am a person that is successfully married. I'm thriving, have been for a long time. I know what it takes in order to nurture a relationship. This ain't it. This ain't it. I'm telling you, when your kids see this on the gram, they gonna think that this is it, and this ain't it. The gifts, the frankincense and myrrh don't mean nothing. The $23,000 don't mean nothing. The bracelets, the stuff don't mean nothing. Nothing at all. What I'm saying is that, fellas, if you're creating a bad expectation out the gate before you even really start to get into the ebbs and the flows of what it takes to be married, because they're not even married yet, let me tell you something. Money is not what makes the relationship. It's your standards that you set as a man. And even when I was getting money, when I really started bagging it down and busting down that bag, when I really started busting down the bag, you know what we did? Watch the movie on TV. I just started spending money. Probably since what? The last, 2015, 16. The last 6-7 years, I just started spending money. The first 10, grind time. Hustle. Who are you? Let's get to know each other while we ain't got nothing while we broke. That's the first 10, setting the expectations. It ain't going into debt trying to put on a big marriage for everybody else so that they can come and eat your food and then talk about you behind your back. It ain't giving them gifts and making them show how appreciative they are at, or how appreciative you are of them. It's setting an expectation of how the relationship is going to go as a man from the very beginning. If you love me, you're not tripping off of this you're not even trying to focus on money. Listen, let me tell you what real chicks do. I'm going to tell you what real chicks do. Shout out to Jay. Jay says somebody need to call Tusi because it's dudes in the chat with their cape on for his girl. They probably in her DMs right now. Let me tell you what real chicks do. I'm going to tell you what real chicks do. If I had came with that for my chick early in my relationship, she would have said, Anton, I thought you said that you was investing in real estate. She would have looked at me funny. If I would have gave my chick at 23 and I got married at 22 and I was getting down and I was busting down the bag. Yeah, I had money that early in life and then I went broke in 2008. That's a whole nother conversation. If I would have gave my chick that at 22, 23, she would have been like, I thought you said that you want to build this legacy and this empire. I don't need this. Honest to God. That's what my chick would have said. That's what real women do, is that as a helpmeet, they're not trying to just live off of and have a good time. They're trying to celebrate the wins as we build them, which means that they then have a vested interest in my success. If you know what's best for me and you see me starting to get off the rails because I'm starting to get beside myself because I'm not used to doing certain things and I'm not used to being in certain situations, then you're going to be able to pour into me when I need you the most. That's what real chicks do. They hold their dudes down and they pour into him, not take from him, because they understand that the best version of you is the best version of us. I'm teaching you how to be a wife. This is the way that you groom a woman. And guess what? She gonna have a fun time no matter what. Instead of y'all going out to Bali, you can take her ass over to Cedar Point and she gonna still have a good time. Y'all gonna eat some burgers, some pizza, and some fries and have a good fucking time. Instead of going over there and hanging out in the Dominican Republic or going overseas somewhere and taking her on some exotic trip so you can do it for the gram, you can take her ass to Kalahari and go to the water park and she's still going to be holding you down and she going to have a good time. She going to be splashing in that water like it ain't nothing and going to be having a good time. Instead of flying her out first class and all of that, man, take that hoe on a road trip and go down the street 2 hours down the street so you can get back to work in the morning and go and get that bag and bust it down. That's what real chicks do. They say, yo, why are we spending money on this when we can be building our empire so that 10 years from now, we could do what we want to do when we want to do it and we can still have fun right now. Real talk. That's what real chicks do. They don't take from you, they pour into you, and that's the reason why they're a help me. But in order for them to do that, the man has to create the environment for the woman to thrive in. And if he don't set the expectations and let her know, hey, this is what we want to do out the gate because our future is going to be brighter than what our current circumstances, but we can still have fun while we're doing it. I'm talking about real life game and lessons that then impact the people that come behind us for regular, everyday people like me and you so that we all can then become millionaires and be successfully married on top of it. That's what I'm talking about. This right here is bullshit. This is the stuff that's going to get you in a situation that's not going to be best for you. This is why your daughters is going to be single. This is why women then start to come to the conclusion later on in their life, hey, you know what? I don't even fucking need all of that. All I need is a man with a pulse and a dick because I'm tired of being by myself. That's what they gonna do. Let me get to some of these super chats. Fathers matter. Fathers matter. I'm trying to tell you, she ain't even stunting him. Look at her face. This is nothing new. This don't mean nothing to her. You can't even impress this chick no more. What are you gonna have to do next? Get her a Rolls Royce? And then what's after a Rolls Royce? Nothing. Unless you're getting her a fucking Bugatti Chiron, it's over. It's over. You can't reset the expectations because their brains isn't even fully developed to be able to appreciate what you're doing for them right now. I'm talking about real talk right now. Let me kick it. Keep preaching, passing around a collection plate. I'm talking about real life game right now. I'm talking about their brains aren't even fully developed yet to be able to truly understand what's going on right now. And you're telling me y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. You're not listening. Listen, any chick in that situation, if you have not as a man set the expectations and then you do something like this in front of her friends, and then she not say, yo, but listen, I don't know even while we doing this, we need to be reinvesting everything that we have to make sure that we get in this bag because you told me that we was going to be real estate moguls and we was going to be rich forever. I don't really see it like this, honey. And listen, I ain't talking about her checking him. I'm talking about her pouring into him, helping him to realize the vision that he has for them because the only way that they're going to get there is by him being the leader that he's supposed to be. Yeah, this is cute. Tattoos on the face, chains on the thing. I'm telling you. Our OGs failed us. I don't want to fail these young people by telling them wrong information to make them feel good about themselves. I want to give them the game to help them to be successful. You can't help some people. Anyways, moving on. I want to get into, is his name Israel? Some women you can't help. Sometimes you just got to every woman is not meant to have a man and every man is not meant to be successful in relationships. And so as a result, sometimes you got to let people be in the space that they in because the best lesson learned is the one that you have to suffer through and then you can get the life lessons that way. You ain't got to listen to me. Go ahead and listen to whatever it is that you want to listen to. Spaces says someone is watching and still missing these bars. Facts. People will fight me tooth and nail and then you know what they're going to do later on? Anton, I used to didn't like you, Anton, but I realized that I was doing it all the wrong way. And so now I want to come back a year and a half from now and rebook a coaching section because I already done lost out on that part of my life and I got to double back and figure it the fuck out. Link to the Patreon is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. The game is to be sold and not told. Shout out to my bag chasers. Anyways, let's continue, y'all. So this is a UFC fighter. And I want to go through this video, and it's how he spent his first million. How he spent his first million. You know, Anton is mining through different types of videos that you send me from a financial perspective. I try to switch it up. Sometimes I talk about stuff as it comes back to the money when it comes to relationships. Sometimes I talk about stuff as it comes back to the money when it comes to you fumbling the bag in society. Sometimes I just want to break down what's happening when the Fed drops this inflation rate or unemployment numbers. But it all comes back to the money, obviously. All right, so let's get into this video. It's a UFC fighter, and he's going to... Now, UFC fighters have a short lifespan when it comes to their careers. It's not like baseball money. It's not like basketball money. I don't even think it's like football money. But UFC, it certainly ain't like boxing money. Because even boxing, only the top 2 or 3 fighters is making all of the money. But UFC fighter breaking down exactly how he spent his first million. And I want to go through this. So let's get into the video.
I went back to Nigeria, back to the motherland. That probably cost me about 12K, 15, 150.
His name is Israel.
I was born in Lagos, Nigeria. I grew up quite well off. You know, my parents were successful business people. I had a pretty cushy life compared to most kids, so I had to learn how to stand on my own 2 feet.
I got a question, because he said he's Nigerian, right? I'm curious. I've learned more about Nigerian culture over this past 6 months to a year than I ever have in my entire life. So let me tell you what my breakdown is of Nigerians, okay? This is largely the sentiment that I get from Nigerians on a regular basis. Either you a scammer. Don't get mad at me. I'm telling you what the stereotypes are. Listen, they told black people that they only eat chicken and watermelon. So let's just talk about the stereotypes. Either you a scammer, you a Nigerian prince and a king that's trying to get me to make sure that I can wire some money over to you so that you can take care of King T'Challa, and then you're going to send me back $200 billion. Okay, cool. Or you are a very, very, very hard worker, and your parents set the expectation that you got to be a lawyer or a doctor or a software engineer or something like that. It's always extremes with Nigerians. Most of them grew up with a very, very hardworking family. They have great expectations. And Rita went to a Nigerian wedding from a friend of ours, and she said that they had 2 different weddings. They had an American wedding and a Nigerian wedding. And the Nigerian wedding had all these rituals, and it was kind of lit. I have heard so much about Nigerians over the past 6 months to a year. It's insane. But anyways, let's continue.
A little later in life, I moved to New Zealand in 2001. Fighting was never really on my radar till I was about 17. That's when I saw Ong Bak the movie. That inspired me to get in the ring. I was just always a goofy dancer kid. I was never really violent. I got picked on a lot, so eventually I realized later on that I should learn how to defend myself. When I first told my parents I wanted to fight, I knew what the response was gonna be, but eventually when they saw the money rolling in and I was able to make a living off this, then they were like, oh, he's all right.
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about, because again, E says, I'm Nigerian and what you're saying is straight facts. See, if it's a lie, then y'all gave me the impression, but see, I'm right. Even he said it. His parents were very hardworking and they had expectations for his life. And then when he told him what he wanted to do, they was looking at him funny, like, what do you think this is? We have expectations for you to be a doctor, a lawyer, or a scammer. A doctor, lawyer, or a scammer. Which one do you want? I guess that the worst parts of society is a hush puppy, right? Ain't hush puppy? Wasn't hush puppy a Nigerian? Neither here nor there. Shout out to E for the $20 Super Bowl. I appreciate you. Rita said that they threw money at the wedding.
My first international fight, I think I made just over $1,000. When I first got the call from the UFC, I was broke just before then. I was just like, I want to spend my money. I want to enjoy my money. And yeah.
I will say that Nigerians have terrible style. Terrible style. He got the LL Cool J hat. He has a leopard print vest. He got the Michael Jordan hoop earring with the cross in it. And then he got some gold chains on. Terrible style. Nigerians have terrible style from what I've been seeing lately.
I think my first fight I made over $100,000 because I had a performance of the night bonus. Don't quote me on that. It's a long time ago. For the UFC, for the standard guy, I think it's you sign for a certain amount of fights and then you get your show money. That's to show up. And if you win, you get your win money.
You know why I like fighting? Because fighting is based off of you eat what you kill. You got to work your way all the way up. Fighting is the true face of capitalism. That's why I like fighting. I don't even know who this guy is, but I like fighting.
Which I'm not a fan of. Because we all work hard and we're trying to get paid and provide for our families. So put it this way, I'm not on the show and win anymore. I get paid. The Brunson or the Silver fight, I made my first $1 million, if I recall. Allegedly as well, sorry. Allegedly.
He seemed like a really nice, humble guy too. I like this guy. I like him a lot, but I want to see how he spends his money.
Champion in 2019. Can you bring my belt real quick? First of all, there's a shiny piece. So that's Kelvin, Robert, Romero, Costa, Vittori. I defended it 1, 2, 3, 4. I've defended the belt 4 times.
This dude was beating tail though, wasn't he? This dude was waxing dudes.
Don't let them tell you less. When you become champion, they rip up the old contract and get you a new contract and then get a nice slice of the pie. There's only one person I trust with my money, and that's my father.
Nice. Is that when the Nigerian people, did he get skin lightening? Did this dude do the Michael Jackson? Why does he look so much darker on these pictures than he do on his camera? And how come when he put a hat on, it seemed like he looked like a different person than when he don't have a hat on? But is this how Nigerians dress? Shout out to Nat Cast Production. I appreciate you, love. Nat Cast Production is in the building. Is this how Nigerians usually dress?
Else is going to have your best interest at heart than the man who brought you into this world.
I like the fact that he's utilizing his parents and his father in order to be able to manage his money and not letting people finesse him out of a bag that he don't even know.
And raised you. You have guys in the basketball
Look how light he is on here. He looked way different than that black picture.
From Curry, Michael Jordan, their dad's involved in their careers, you know. My dad's involved in my career, but not on the canvas, not in the cage, behind the scenes where it really counts. So that way I can make sure I stay broke and stay woke. So we've talked about how I made and saved my money. Let's talk about how I spent my money.
This should be interesting. Oh man, Nigerians love to flaunt. I'm gonna stereotype the hell out of y'all today. Nigerians love to stunt and be looking tacky. Nigerians love being tacky. Gotta be the first thing he bought is some jewelry.
First thing was this chain. I believe it was this chain. Got it on a discounted price.
And y'all always want to negotiate prices. Got it on a discounted price. I bet you he don't tip either. That's a little inside joke. Don't worry about it. Let's continue.
I think it was about 13 grand. I just got this like a week and a bit ago.
I like the presidential. I don't like the one with the... Is that custom? We all know that we don't do customizations to our watches, but it looked like the bezel was custom because it looked like the bezel... Let me see something. Is that a fluted bezel or is that diamonds in the bezel? I don't know.
Go.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it. Shout out to my Nigerians that always like to do stuff loud and proud. Nice watch, bad customization. Fellas, ladies, gentlemen, never put one diamond in your watch. Don't do anything to it. You will mess up the value of it. You will ruin it. All for what? Anybody that collects watches, anybody that likes nice timepieces, know that you don't do anything to your watch. You leave it completely stock. Don't do nothing to your watches at all.
And I've got like a Audemars Piguet coming next week.
It's definitely over 200K.
This dude said he spent over $200,000 on watches.
Oh, oak.
And they customized too. Bad investment.
Skeleton. Quite like this though. They call this the presidential. Yep. I didn't really understand how it works. I thought you just go into a Rolex store and be like, oh, do you have one of these?
You gotta wait 6 to 8 months, sometimes almost a year to be able to get your watch.
Apparently there's a waiting list. Yep. It's like 8 to 12 months. I was like, oh shit. I've probably spent over 500,000 on jewelry, but for my first million, I bought my first big chain for 13K.
Spent $13,000.
First chain, 13K.
Of $1 million, he spent $13,000 on the chain, but he spent he said $500,000 on watches. Hopefully they all not bust down and messed up.
I probably went on a shopping spree, I'm sure. Bought some new shoes, threads, all of that. So I would have spent probably $3,000 to $5,000. Clothing shopping spree, $5K.
Let me ask y'all a question, because I don't really know. Do Nigerians be finessing? Like, do they wear fake stuff? I don't know. Like, do they be having on counterfeit Louis Vuitton and all of that other type of stuff? Because if you only spend $5,000 on clothes out of $1 million, then I'm not saying anything wrong, too terribly wrong right now.
Father's son, so I like a good bargain. I wouldn't have gone to any high-end places at the time, like no Louis, no Gucci. I live within my means.
I know it.
Who would you say are the top best dressed UFC
I already know it. Nigerians is cheap.
My top 3 best dressed UFC fighters would be myself. I like a good suit, so I'd say Conor. Usman, 100%. I like his threads at the press conferences. He's always dripped up. So yeah, I'd say top 3 would be us 3 right there.
Okay, that's not too bad. Tattoos, Jesus.
I did my best.
How come when y'all first get money, y'all go jewelry store, y'all go to the clothing store, and then you go get some tattoos? Nobody say, yeah, the first thing that I bought is I paid off debt. First thing I did was I invested in real estate. First thing that I did was start a new business. First thing I did was go and visit the tax man. First thing I did was get a consulting service. First thing I did was get some coaching and mentoring. First thing I did was invest in myself and get my education. Nobody ever says any of that. Everybody go jewelry, clothes, cars, and tattoos. Jewelry, clothes, cars, tattoos is exactly what people do. And not in that order. They go jewelry, clothes, cars, tattoos. It's almost like you need to get through that first $5 million, $1 million to $5 million before you realize that, oh, okay, all right, I got it out of my system. Now I can start doing a little bit more regular stuff.
Black tat is a dragon, but it's not just your regular dragon. It's like a crocodile. It's in Japanese style. I call it kunda kinte. I don't know why yet, but my tattoos always reveal the significance to me later on in life. I just know he gets angry sometimes. He
has a nice, cool personality, though. He seems chill.
I've got a friend who does my tattoos, so he does it at a discounted rate, but not discounted quality. Probably spent on that tattoo about $4,000.
Why are Nigerians so fucking cheap? That's what I'm trying to understand. Why are Nigerians so cheap? I have no clue why y'all so cheap. Dog, I will not do business with Nigerians, man, because they always trying to get a discount. Like, bro, pay the price. Do you know that I don't negotiate prices? Either I'm going to pay you or I'm not.
Back piece tattoo, about 4 to 5K.
Oh, jeez.
I already had a car, but I felt like I needed something else, like some Hot Wheels, like we used to play with as kids. It was meant to be a Lamborghini, but unfortunately, I couldn't sit upright in the Lamborghini. I had to drive it like this. So I opted for a McLaren instead.
What did I say that people go get? Clothes, cars, jewelry, and tattoos. Did I not say that? I have not seen this video. Clothes, cars, jewelry, and tattoos.
The car itself looks like a spitting image of Kurama the nine-tailed demon fox from the series Naruto. So it was meant to be. That was my tailed beast. I named it Kurama as well. And that set me back about $500,000.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Wait a minute. Jay Ben says trade and barter is a big thing. It's cultural. Y'all need to change that. That is a bad part of y'all culture. I'm going to be honest with you, Ben. That is a bad part of y'all culture. I do not negotiate on prices. Either you're going to pay the price or you don't. I just give people what they ask for. I'm not going, because listen, it makes, let me tell you what, first of all, I ain't even got on this car yet. This dude spent $500,000 on a car of his first. This dude is just like every other black person and every other Arab in the world. They all do. Tomorrow, I'm going to review a white person and I'm going to see how they do it. This dude is just like every other black person in the world. Cars, jewelry, tattoos, chains, nigga stuff. Let's just be honest, bro. Let me tell you why always trying to negotiate for a better price will hurt you in the long run. Let's say you walk over and you're trying to negotiate for something, right? Often at times, one of the reasons why I don't negotiate is because A, I want to give people what I think, what they're asking for, because obviously they value their stuff. And B, I try to preserve the relationship. Most of the time, if I do business with somebody, I won't do business with somebody that over negotiates, A. But B, most of the time, let's say I do business with somebody and they trying to kick the tires, and they, kick the tires is figuratively speaking, trying to beat you up on the price. I will never do business with them again. And so ultimately what I realized is that investing in somebody early, especially when you're asking them to pay the price and you already got it budgeted to pay that price, ultimately leads you to getting better prices in the future. They're so worried about the now bro, you shoot yourself in the foot when you overly bargain and you try to beat people up on price. And so what other people do is they get smart. Let's say you're trying to walk up and you buy the car. Well, I know that this motherfucker is Nigerian. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the price is $2,000 more than what I really want for it. And so now he's going to beat me up and I'm going to let him negotiate me down $1,500. And I'm still going to overcharge him $500 because he's an asshole. That's how you going to finesse the finessers, and they think that they're getting you, but in reality, they're getting their ass kicked. And now, not only that, I'm not throwing in the extra tires that I had to go along with the car. I'm not giving you the floor mats. I'm not giving you nothing. You going to get finessed thinking that you're going to finesse me because you came in with a bad attitude and looking to finesse me. But it's more important to negotiate and make sure that you, look, it's more important. It's more important. You guys have to make sure that you maintain the relationships. Real talk. And the richest people are not Nigerian. That is lies. That is lies. That is a lie. It's a lie. The richest people are not Nigerian. And just because you cheap don't mean that you live. Let me stop. Look, Anton, if you lived in Nigeria, you would understand why we always negotiate prices. But I don't live in Nigeria. I live in fucking America. And if I lived in Nigeria, then I would assimilate to the culture. But y'all live in America now, so y'all got to assimilate to the culture. This is not fucking Nigeria. This is not Nigeria. Stop it with all of this negotiating. Junk is irritating. Sometimes, bro, I would just be like, yo, just get the fuck out of my face. Like, I don't want to do no deal at all. I don't care what you are. No, I'll pay full price. No, get your ass out of here. I'm going to give it to the next guy that actually, because I don't even need the money. I'm going to give it to the next guy that actually want to pay full price. I'm going to give him some extra money off just because he's not an asshole.
So I said, brand new McLaren, $500K.
Richer than who? Y'all richer than who? We can money fight. Listen, my challenge is the same challenge to anybody else. Let's put 100 racks up. We gonna go portfolio for portfolio. Bring your strongest fucking Nigerian up on my channel, and we gonna have a money fight. Now what? And have your fucking profile photo up too, and don't try to scam and do some other crazy shit. Get your richest fucking Nigerian and bring him up on a platform, and let's have a money fight. And we can go portfolio for portfolio. How about that? Oh, silence. That's what I thought. Your fucking no profile pictures having asses. Don't even want nobody to know who y'all are because the feds is watching because we know that you're doing some Nigerian prince scam. Don't make me. You know I will go off on anybody. I am an equal accountability smoke partner. Says look up Dengoche. No, you can just send them to me. Send it to me. Anyways, like I said, this guy spent $500,000 on a car. We all know that that's bad. It's nothing to even talk about. Why would I come to Nigeria with your money fight? No, I'm not coming to fucking Nigeria. I know. Listen, y'all don't even want to be in Nigeria. Why would I come over there and you trying to get away from there? How do I know? Because I coach half of you motherfuckers and I be telling y'all, stop scamming and get off my phone if you're going to be scamming. You don't even want to be there. Why would I go? Makes no sense. Shout out to Christopher says the reason why people in this case negotiate prices is because the original price is overpriced anyways. I personally don't care as much to do that. How do you know that the original price is overpriced? How do you determine what the price is of something? How do you determine what the price is of something? How do you know that they didn't price it exactly as much as they could to get the minimum amount of margin and profit that they can out of it to keep in business?
I went back to Nigeria, back to the motherland, to connect with my people and connect with the soil. And on the way back, I stopped over in Dubai. That probably cost me about 12K, 5K, 15.
Jesus.
150.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I guess so, 150K.
This is insane.
Nigeria is what you make of it.
He spent $150,000 on a vacation.
A beautiful but dangerous place, depending on who you know. Unfortunately, the people in power sometimes wrong the people, but at the core, our people are peaceful people, happy people, and very welcoming. So we need to bring power back to the people by distributing the wealth.
AKA taking the money that they make over in America and sending it back to Nigeria. That's what he's really talking about, distributing the wealth. They so smart and they so rich that they don't even make their own money over there. That's crazy, huh?
In Dubai, I hung out with my man's Mo, shout out to Mohammed, and the other Mohammed.
This is so bad.
That was a highlight of my trip, going to his palace and just exploring the desert as well on camelback. That was beautiful. I haven't had much holidays since I've been working all the time, but it was nice to just kind of let my hair down. Vacation for friends and family, 150K.
Nope. I am not spending money on vacations for friends and family. Let's see. He spent $500,000 on a car. He bought tattoos. He bought jewelry. He bought drip. He spent $150,000 on vacations for friends and family. This is the makings of the most disastrous. I spent $1 million, and I'm only the second person in.
Looking after my close ones, friends and family, I probably spent like 40K. And this is for my first million, what I'm talking about, like looking after my close ones, my friends and family. Just little gifts here and there.
No. Look at this budget so far. $13,000 in jewelry, $5,000 for clothes, $5,000 for a tattoo, $500,000 for a McLaren. Bro, you could have got the same chick in a Porsche. $150,000 for a vacation for him and his friends and families, and then $40,000 for gifts for loved ones. He like people. He just don't like them. He just don't like his money. He don't like his budget that much.
I built myself a home cinema. It's a projector that comes out of the roof through a lift, a screen that comes out of the roof as well through a lift, curtains that close to darken the room, surround sound speakers all over the living room. So it's quite hidden. So if you go in there, you won't really notice it. But then you press a button and press another button and another button, and it's just like boom, psh,
This is all bad.
and transforms into this cozy little intimate cinema. Home cinema cost me about 20K.
For a projector and some curtains and some seats. For a projector, some curtains, and some seats, he spent $20,000. He's already up $250,000 of what he's spending, $750,000 of $1 million that he's spending, and he has not put any money up whatsoever or invested anything. I thought he said that his father was helping him with his money. He said his father was supposed to be helping him with his money. What is he doing? Jesus Christ.
I bought my first home. That cost me about $800,000. From then, I've just been buying houses and land since.
That's good. Well, he put way more than $1 million.
So you guys can add the rest right here in post-production. Do it in post. House, $800K.
So his first crib was $800,000. I hope it was in LA or something like that, because if you buy an $800,000 house in Texas or anywhere in the South or something like that, then you're going to get a mansion. And if it's only him, then it doesn't make sense and he's wasting more money. Because again, I recorded a video and it's going to drop today. And I was breaking down exactly why it costs so much money to be rich. Why it costs more money to be a millionaire. Because you having to maintain this stuff and pay the property taxes and everything that comes along with maintaining and trying to keep money is much harder to keep money than it is to make money. Let me say that one more time. It's much harder to keep money than it is to make money. And most people don't get this. And this is why they blow through their first contract or their first $1 million or their first $5 million or whatever like that. And they have no clue what it takes in order to be successful. He has nothing invested. Zero invested. Zero invested. What did his father do? What did his father do except for go on vacation with the rest of the family and have a good time? But it's funny because, like, for example, look, Anton went from saying that he's cheap to now he's spending money. No, you can be both. You can be cheap and spend money on the wrong things. So just because you buy a lot of stuff, it doesn't mean that you're not being cheap when it comes to actually paying the prices that you're supposed to pay for the stuff that you actually buying. So I'll give you an example, right? You can go and buy cars, right? And say, okay, I want to kick the tires and I'm going to negotiate and I'm going to haggle them down every single car that I get, right? Cool. But then you buy 50 of them and you blow your entire budget as a result of it. It doesn't mean that you're making the proper investments. It just means that you're spending too much money on dumb shit. But then at the same time, you're being cheap with the people that you actually supposed to be building relationships with. Y'all don't get it? You don't understand that two things can be true at the same time? You could be cheap and treat people like trash and garbage, but at the same time, make sure that you take care of yourself and be selfish. Y'all don't understand that part? Oh, no, it's too complicated. So, yes, I think that this is absolutely atrocious, but I'd like to hear what he continues to say.
It's like 4 or 5 bedrooms. I've upgraded it. It's definitely gone up in value. I was quite proud to be able to have my first house, and I'm glad I did so because I had someone I can call a home. Now I have these riffraffs living there who don't appreciate it.
Look at this budget. Look at this budget, y'all. All right, so let's break this down all the way. We got $13,000 in jewelry. This is the first $1 million. $5,000 in clothes, $5,000 in tattoos, $500,000. Before he ever bought a crib, he bought a $500,000 McLaren, and then he took his family on vacation for $150,000. I don't really know how you spend $150,000 on taking your family on vacation. I don't think you can even get enough Airbnbs to have to worry. Like, how can you spend $150,000 on taking your family? You must got a family of 100. Got to be a family of 100. How do you spend $150,000 on vacations? And then you spend $20,000 on a home cinema and then spend the rest and then more than $1 million on a crib. No investments, no businesses, no stock purchases, no nutching, no nutching. Nothing in this is saying tax write-off. Nothing in this can be written off so that you keep more money in your pocket so that you don't give it to the federal government. Nothing. Nothing. And it's the same black people, no matter where you live at, or whether you're from Nigeria or you're born here in America. You can have great work ethic and you can generate a lot of revenue, but it does not mean that you know what you're doing with your money. Anyway, so Anton is about to go into the corporate office. I hope you guys continue to enjoy the show. If you do, make sure you share it with your family and friends. Hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Look at this. Nigerian sending me a thing right now. Send me, what did y'all, is this a joke? Nigerians is now sending me emails right this very second because I dissed y'all. Don't worry, I dissed my own people. I was just talking about the black community in America here too. Listen, I'm an equal accountability smoke partner. It's not personal. It's just business. It's just business. I have to get ready to go into the office. And like I said, black people is black people, no matter where you live at, no matter where you was born from. Woo! Y'all know how to fumble a bag, don't y'all? Putting on leopard print jackets and buying McLarens before you ever invest anything. At least put money into your 401k. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Anyways, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. I need you to do me one more favor before we get up out of here, though. Make sure you guys tell your family and friends because we don't want to be rich by ourselves. You need to get in touch with me. Email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com. And I'm going to get you booked for a session. Zoom session, personal call, something. You need help. Link to the Patreon is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I love you, family. I'm going to talk to y'all later on tonight. Fight Club. We talking sports.